Hey, welcome back to the channel. Here we are. You probably seen from the title that you know what we're doing. We're starting our update videos on some of the cars, and I thought probably maybe the first place to start, which would be the easiest for me, is what I would like to call the ghost fleet. These are cars that have been on the channel that basically haven't done anything. You hadn't seen anything from them or anything like that, and they don't have their own playlist, and so that's. I think where we'll start at. I've been off for a couple of weeks of work, been at home, started working on a home shop. You guys have seen that. What a Kid has done absolutely nothing with this shop. And I guess I had some other stuff I was gonna talk about, but I think I'll save that for the LTD video for this, so we don't get into a bunch of stuff. It kind of explains how we ended up where we're at with this situation of automobiles. But maybe I'll explain in another video. I don't know. I just got to get this done. My camera's low on battery. That's why we got to get into this. So anyway, I guess, let's get started. Let's look at a couple of cars that who knows what's going to happen. Well, I guess we'll start with the most sort of misfit car out of the group. The one that has quite literally had the least amount of anything done to it and probably the least amount of thought put into it. We originally bought this from Amir. It's a 91, I think. I'm not sure. It could be 92, 93. I don't know. I'm not going to look at the VIN to look at it real quick. So anyway, this was a car Amir had bought, got a bunch of parts off of, motor and stuff out of it. We originally bought this car. We bought the seat. That's what we bought. And then he was like, well, I just sell the whole car. And, to me, the price was right. It had a bar in it. Not technically a huge fan of the setup of it or honestly the look of it with the top down. It was a race car at one time. It had an anti-roll in it. It's got, oh crap, it's locked. The keys are laying in it, or I've got them somewhere. It's got a flat panel in the back. They cut the trunk floor out. And we got the doors with it and stuff. Of course, just been sitting here in a warehouse getting completely dirty. And the nose was chopped off. That was Amir's doing. We were going to, get it tacked back on or something. And then we didn't really know what we were going to do with it. To be perfectly honest, we've got a K-member laying over here. Just, we just didn't know what we were going to do with it. Does this thing even have a torque box kit? Yeah, it's got a torque box kit in it. And honestly, we still don't know what we're going to do with it. No one ever really asked about this car, and I don't blame them. So, I know, right? These updates are awesome. So, for 2022, we will probably never see this car. I don't have any plans for it. I don't really have any inspiration for it. Technically, I don't want to sell it either. It's not costing me any money to sit here. And I didn't pay a lot for it. So, it's just, it's about inspiration for me. Inspiration, motivation. And I just don't have any real inspiration for this car. I thought about taking all the convertible top stuff out at one time, just everything, all the mechanism, the whole deal, and making it kind of a lightweight car because it's got a cage and stuff in it, or a bar. And, I don't know. I got too many other projects that are not close enough to being where I want them to be to even really worry about this car. So it's just going to sit here. At least it's technically out of the weather, but no plans. No plans for 2022. So if you are a fan of the white convertible, I'm sorry. We don't have any plans on doing anything with it. So maybe 2023 will be the year of the drop top. But until then, it's just, here it is. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the next clip. Okie dokie. The second car in the Ghost Fleet is the Chinchilla Gorilla. Me and Jake and Michael went and got this car. Michael originally bought it. It had some parts in it that he ended up getting out of it. I think it had a computer and it had a bell housing and a few other things. We've got fenders and nose. We've got that old moldy hood that we got from Amir, and we've got a deck lid for it. We technically don't have a windshield for it. But this car's got frame connectors. It's missing a door because that is now on special ed, and it needs a lot of work. We had some plans for this car, a couple of different plans, honestly, of things that we were going to do. We traded Michael for it. We had another car, actually the 85 Coupe and some other stuff. We're always kind of trading back and forth different stuff, and we ended up with the Chinchilla Gorilla. Now, all honesty, 2022, we're not going to see anything from the Chinchilla Gorilla, much like the Convertible. We don't have any real plans for it. There's Kevin's snakeskin headliner. We don't have any plans for it. We've got other cars we've got to work on, so we really don't have any plans for 2022 for the Chinchilla Gorilla. Technically, got no real interest in selling it. We'll just keep it, and maybe something will happen with it. But here it is. We still have it, and it's sitting here waiting for me to have a vision and a dream for it. So, all right, let's move on to the next car in the Ghost Fleet. The third car in our Ghost Fleet is the Skylar car. You guys may remember it. We've got... we took the transmission out of it for Jake's Polish Pony, so it has basically almost paid for itself. We have some fenders. We have a GT nose piece. None of this stuff's in great shape or anything. It's still got the 4-cylinder in it. It's an auto car. The wheels, Pirate wanted to keep the wheels. This car came about, Pirate had a deal going on with Skylar for some parts or something or another, and this car has a good title, and I said, hey, I would probably like to have that. So I ended up buying it from Pirate. He is not really a hatch guy. I am a hatch guy. So I ended up buying this car from Pirate and had some plans for it. I mean, it's actually in pretty good shape, and it's a sunroof car, which isn't ideal for me. I don't really like sunroof cars, but whatever. The car is actually in pretty good shape, and the floorboards are good in it. It doesn't have any rust. It's actually a really nice car, all things considered. See inside. Hard to see. I don't have the light on or anything, but everything's good. The pillars are good. It's pretty decent car. This car was at one point in time, potentially, I had an idea to do a thing with the Dirty Pickle, and let's switch over to this car. This car was bought from Amir. Pirate owns this car. I was technically looking at buying this car from him. This was actually a 5-liter car from the factory. And we kind of talked about it a little bit. Then I decided that it just wasn't something I wanted to get into, so to speak. But I was originally looking at taking the Dirty Pickle stuff and putting on this car. Now, there is a scenario where I could potentially trade Pirate and still do the Dirty Pickle thing. Put all the Dirty Pickle pieces on this car, since it doesn't have, and it's got a good title, doesn't have any, whatever's missing is missing. I could do that, but I don't know. And then Pirate would end up with this car. I don't know that. Again, I'm just thinking right now, Dirty Pickle's kind of a little bit in play. It's squiggled its way into my head a little bit. So one of these two cars could be in play in 2020. I don't know yet. I just don't know. Speaking of, we had some technical difficulties, but as I was saying, speaking of, here's Mustang. Now David is the proud owner of this sweet machine. And honestly, if I had to guess, I would say 2022 is not going to be the year of the Mustang. That's just a guess. Uneducated, of course, but just a guess. Last but not least, and this car's not even really, this is a parts car. This is our 85 or 86 convertible. The rear frame rails are completely gone on this thing, and the floorboards are bad. We just really use it for parts, grabbing stuff off of it here and there, nuts and bolts and things like that. So there are absolutely no plans for this car except to keep doing what we're doing to it, which is take parts off of it. So, all right, I guess that really kind of wraps up the Ghost Fleet cars. So let's go ahead and put a pin in this video, I guess. Well, there you have it. This video is probably not going to be very long at all, but it does give you an idea of what's not going to happen to the Vert, the Chinchilla Gorilla, the Skylar car. I don't know about Pirate's car, his shell, and Mustang, and our red Vert parts car. Again, the Dirty Pickle just has an overall look. I'm not really looking for the spearmint double mint look with a white and green. Both those cars are way more solid than Dirty Pickle, but you know, maybe that's just what Dirty Pickle's all about, just being a complete train wreck thrown together, just with baling wire, spit, bubble gum, duct tape, RTV, magic, and just a little bit of prayer from you guys. Just pray for us. We gotta get you some more clothes too. I know you get one outfit, now you're worried all the time. So anyway, maybe the next ones will be longer. Just think of it like this: if you get like 4, 5, 10 minutes, that would have been a 40-minute video. All right, so thanks for subscribing, thanks for commenting, thanks for supporting the channel. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time on the substandard leader in box body videos on this right here YouTube, young man. We'll see you guys in the next video, and by God, there will be 2 or 3 more at least. All right, you guys have a good one. We'll see you.